Has anxiety ever stopped you from doing something that you really wanted to do? Maybe you've canceled plans, avoided a trip, didn't speak up in a conversation, or turned down a great opportunity. You see, the hardest part of living with anxiety isn't always the anxiety itself, it's the life that it takes from you. For many years, this was my reality. I missed out on a lot of things. So in today's video, I want to talk about the hard truth of living with anxiety and practical ways that you can overcome it and start living the life that you actually want to live. If you have no idea who I am or why you should be listening to what I have to say, my name is Rachel Sturm. I am the author of Happiness is Just a Mood, and I have struggled with anxiety and depression since I was a young child. For most of my life, there were a lot of dark days, and I felt alone and lost, and like I would never ever be able to live the life that I wanted to live. I just felt like I had no control. And so that is exactly why I've made it my life mission now to help others who are struggling, because I'm able to sit here today with a successful career, a good marriage, great friends and family, and I want to be able to help others get their life back as well. So with that, let's get into the video. Part 1, anxiety shrinks your world. That is a hard truth of living with anxiety that people don't talk about. It's not always the panic attacks, it's how it changes your life. At first it's, oh, I'll miss out this one time. Maybe next time. I'm too anxious today. That turns into days, and then months, and in my case, years. And in my 20s, I was notorious for canceling plans. I've made up every excuse in the book. I've lied, and I was ashamed of it, and I've lost friends because of it. I've lost people in my life because of it, and it took a long time for me to finally say to myself, I think I was in my late 20s, when I finally said to myself, like, I can't live like this anymore. I can't just go through the motions. I wasn't living. I wasn't experiencing what I wanted to experience. And so I decided to put the work in. I did see a therapist at one point, but I mean, you know how expensive therapy is, so I used what I had at the time, and I just put all my effort and energy and money into books and reading research and learning and studying as much as I possibly could about anxiety and the ways that people can manage and cope and get on with their life, because that's all I wanted. I just wanted to live my life. I just wanted to experience the things that other people experience. So these are the 3 things that have truly changed my life that I want to share with you. The first is box breathing. It's a breathing technique. It's so simple, and I still use it to this day for any situations or events that come up that I know give me anxiety. So let's say social events. Social events tend to give me a lot of anxiety. So days before, maybe a day before, hours before, I'll start doing my breathing technique called box breathing, which I'll explain how to do it in a second, but I'll start doing it because that helps me calm my anxiety even before the actual event. Because if I learned anything, trying to calm your anxiousness when you're in the middle of an anxiety attack, it's not going to work. So days before, I'll start my box breathing, and this is exactly how you do the box breathing. You inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, then you hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then you exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds, and then you hold your breath for 4 seconds. And all while doing that, just imagine while you're doing it, tracing a box. And what this does is it just calms your nervous system. It helps ground you and just focus on your breathing And this honestly is one of the best things that I learned how to do to really calm my nerves. Technique number 2. It's not really a technique, but exercise. And I know it's probably a broken record. Exercise, exercise, exercise. But when it comes to anxiety and mental health, honestly, it's the best thing you can do. With anxiety, it doesn't just affect your brain, it affects your physical health too. I mean, how many of us have experienced like muscle tension, muscle pain, our heart rate starts racing, and we have all this like anxious energy that has nowhere to go. So once I started exercising and releasing that energy, I felt 1,000 times better. And I'm not talking about like, you don't have to become a bodybuilder. I mean, I'm I barely have muscles. I'm not some sort of CrossFit maniac person trying to win any awards or shows or anything like that. I just want to move my body as much as I could. So even if it means a 10-minute walk, stretching, going for a bike ride, whatever it is that helps you release that nervous energy. But also a byproduct of exercise too is the confidence. You prove to yourself that you can show up and do hard things, and it just brings so much confidence to who you are, and you should be proud of that. And number 3, journaling. And I'm not talking about Dear Diary kind of stuff, although if that's what you want to do and that helps, to each their own. But one method of journaling that I learned that is used in cognitive behavioral therapy is thoughts, feelings, and behavior journaling. And I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what it is. So how it works, if you envision a triangle with thoughts on the top, feelings, and then behavior on the bottom, the whole point of it is to show how our feelings affect our thoughts and behaviors, our thoughts affect our feelings and our behaviors affect our thoughts and our feelings. And once you start journaling, you are able to recognize patterns and see what it is that you can actually change. So an entry that, for an example, an entry that I've done, so again, we'll go with the social events example. You're invited to a party. Your thoughts are people will judge you. Your feelings are anxious, worried, and behavior, you cancel. You don't show up. And so by constantly making notes of this, you're able to look at what's one small thing I can do differently next time. So maybe next time you don't cancel, maybe next time you show up for 20 minutes. And the whole point is not to get rid of anxious thoughts. That's not realistic. I still have anxious thoughts these days, but it's about how you can respond to them differently and figuring out where you have the power to make a different choice. And that's what it comes down to, is controlling what you can control and not fighting the anxious thoughts, but shifting how you react to them. So I know this might sound like a lot that I just threw at you, but if you try just one of the techniques that I shared with you today, I know that it will make a big difference, because it made such a big difference in my life. I'm telling you, for a long time, especially my 20s, I was a complete mess. I was so skinny because I couldn't eat. I had no appetite. My anxiety was so bad. Days, almost weeks that I didn't leave my house. And it was dark. So for me to be able to sit here, if I could do it, I 1000% believe that you can do it, and you should, just because you deserve to live the life that you want to live, and anxiety shouldn't be what stops you. And so thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.